Hello everyone! So today, I have this camera right here I bought off of eBay, come on focus, off of eBay a few days ago. So this right here is the Canon VIXIA HF-W10, or just you can call it the Canon W10 for short. This thing, it is waterproof up to 16.4 feet, almost 16.5 feet basically, and then shockproof up to just under 5 feet. Basically, you can drop the camera from up to that height, and I won't suffer any serious damage. So, let me see here. So yeah, flip it over. Oh god, that's the lens cap. Oops. Anyways, you flip this thing over. You got you have 40x optical zoom. You have your Full HD, which is a 1080. I think it's 1080p, I believe. And right here is your zoom toggle. Now, normally on camcorders, I know that usually they have like a toggles usually that goes from side to side. This one goes up and down for whatever reason. I don't know why they chose it like that, but you're gonna get used to it. Don't worry. Anyways, on the bottom here, you have all your information, your model number, your serial number, all this stuff. Right here, you have your little tripod mount, so you can screw it on a tripod. And yeah, that's all for that for the bottom. On the side here, you have your wrist strap. Every camcorder basically has one of these. It just you just slide it on your hand, just like that. On the back here, you got your HDMI port, your HDMI and AV ports. This is for connecting to like a TV or your laptop, mainly a TV. This right here is your USB DC. So this is for like if you're connecting to a computer or if you just want to charge it. And then this right here, I believe it says SD card. There's like saying there's an SD card in there. Also with the SD card, I believe you can fit up to 256 gigabytes on this thing. Yeah. Oh yeah, and also it has an internal 8 gigabyte memory internally. So it has a built-in memory of 8 gigabytes. Trying to get this thing to focus. I'm recording on a camera. There it goes. 8 gigabytes of internal memory built in. Alright, so that's about it. Alright. By the way, the lens cap does not come with the camera. I had to buy this from a store. So it's good to have a lens cap when you're just to protect the camera, protect the lens, But yeah, that's about it for this thing. Fun fact, by the way, this thing is the exact same camera as the JVC Vario R series, I believe. Literally the same thing, except it was a bit cheaper. I got this thing off of eBay for about $115. I think it was like $125 total after taxes. So, but yeah, literally the same exact camera as the JVC Vario R80, I believe, for literally about more than half the price. Those things go for like at least $300 on eBay. So yeah, but that was the exterior of the camera. And I'm gonna open up this little seal here. So let me see this little thing here. So to open up this external SD card mount, you just gotta go in here and trying to do this. You gotta pull this little tab down. So you pull this tab down, and you gotta kind of push on this thing. Come on. There we go. You push on that thing, and then you kind of just pop it open, right? And then here you can see, you're trying to get it to, there we go. You can see your HDMI ports. Your HDMI port is right here. There's your AV port, your charging port. You just use a standard USB, That's all it is. And then right here is your SD card slot. You can just see if I can pop it out. There we go. Alright. You just pop that right out. It's 32 gigabytes that I have on it right now. Although you can have up to 256 gigabytes. That's the highest it allows. And then you can just stick it back in. You just stick it back in. You stick it back in. Come on, focus. You stick it back in this way. And you can just... There we go. And that's how you operate the back of this thing. So to close this thing, what I do is that you just open up the screen just a little bit, and then you gotta kind of close this thing forward like this, and you slide it back until it clicks. And once that thing closes, oh, I think I just tried to turn on. Yeah, I think I just tried to turn on there. But yeah, once that little thing closes, you're good now. Now you can do whatever you want with it. You can take it underwater if you want, you know. In fact, I do have some underwater footage I will show at the end of the video. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty nice camera. On the outside, at least. Alrighty, so now we are going to go into the main screen here. So when you open this thing up, the camera will, you'll see this green light. The camera automatically turns on when you open up that screen. If you want to turn it off, you can just close it like that, and you'll see here it'll just power off. So we'll just open up the screen like that, and there we go. There's what the screen looks like. You can zoom in and zoom out, just like that. By the way, when you're recording, the zoom function for some reason zooms in and out a lot slower when you're recording. I don't know why, but it just does that. And you know, just like any other camcorder, you can flip the screen sideways. You can also flip it just like that. I'm gonna have it like this for now for the rest of the video. Because it's just easier to show you guys the screen. But yeah, that's basically what that is. Next up, I'm just gonna go over all the buttons and everything, right? So this button right here, this is for to take a photo. So I press that button. Right now, I just took a photo. This one right here is again your zoom function, so you can zoom in, so you can come on. You can zoom in, and you can zoom out. And by the way, the M here is your manual focus. So if you press that, it automatically zooms in. Woo! Look at that! It zooms in to 20 times. So it zooms in by 20. And that's all it really does. That's all that button really does. It does nothing else. That's your manual focus. I haven't found any other way to do any sort of manual focus in any other way. So if there is another way that you know of, let me know in the comments. But that's about all I know for the manual focus. Anyway, speaking of focus, this button right here, you can adjust your auto and manual focus. Again, just like I mentioned, the little M, that's basically your manual focus, from what I know. So, but that's how you can focus the camera manually. Let's go back into now. I'm going to go back into autofocus. Come on, autofocus now. So this button right here is to switch back from video mode to photo mode. So right now, if I do that, the camera right now is in photo mode. So right now, if you press the record button right here, you can take a photo, just like I did with the button down here. Now I'm just gonna go back in. Come on, I'm gonna go back into the video mode right now. All right. This little D thing, this is for if you want to, let's say you want to record something and you want to protect it from being deleted accidentally, or if you accidentally format the SD card for whatever reason, or you format the camera. If you want to protect a video from getting deleted, you press this button. And right now, any future recordings, any future videos you make are now going to be protected. So let's say I make a video by pressing this little, I can make a video by pressing the record button, or by pressing this little thing right here, the record button. So now we are shooting, come on, trying to zoom in. Huh, that's interesting. It's not zooming in anymore. I don't think the camera's broken, I just think it can't zoom in when the screen is like this. That's really interesting. But yeah, if I press that button again, it stops recording. Oh, now I can zoom in. Good. I think it's just when you're recording the screen like this, you can't zoom in. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, that's all over your screen buttons here. You also got your playback here. This is for going to playback your videos. I'm gonna get to that later. And then here's your menu. This is your menu button here. So now I'm gonna get into the video settings. So first of all, you have this eye thing, and this just says bleh. This basically your battery life and your recording time, your maximum recording time. This one I have it selected for the SD card. If you have the built-in memory selected, I'll show you for that. So there's that. Go back to menu. This thing right here, this is just your sounds. So right now I have all the sounds, your startup sound, your button sound. I have that turned off right now. But if you have it off, that means this off thing, that means the sounds are now turned on. So every time you press a button, or every time you start up the camera, you're going to hear those little noises, I just have it turned off because it's kind of annoying. So that's what that's for. We go into setup. Here you can set up your date and time. You can set the date and time. You can set the display style, which is basically how you want it to be. You can set it to month, day, year, day, month, year. If you really wanted to, I think it was year, month, day. I think is the other one. Yeah, year, month, day is the weird one. If you really wanted to, you could do that. And you can also set it to be either 12 or 24 hours. Let's go back here. Next up, you also got your language here. You can choose between either Chinese, I think it's Chinese, Japanese, English, French, Spanish, and Portuguese. Yeah, it's pretty limited on your options of languages. Those are your only 6 options you get. Next up, we have, you can change the screen brightness. So you can change the brightness level on the screen. Your auto power off. This just changed this thing here. This is just if you leave your camera on for too long. If you leave it on for too long, it'll just power off automatically if you have it on, at least selected. Your touchscreen adjust. This is just to adjust the touchscreen, I guess. So that's going to confirm it. There we go, that's completed. So that's just calibrating the touchscreen. So record media for video and for image. This just basically allows you to select. You just select where you want your videos and images stored. So right now I have my videos stored on the SD card, but you can also have it in the built-in memory. Again, I only suggest you have it in the SD card because from what I know, I cannot access anything from the built-in memory on this camera. I'm not able to access for some reason. So I'm only able to access things from the SD card. So that's why I have it selected, almost everything selected for the SD card. I don't really take any images on this camera. I use a different camera. The camera I'm recording with right now, I use that one for taking photos. It's way better at taking photos. But yeah, you can format your memory and your SD card if you want to. Factory preset, I think that's how you do a factory reset. I believe you reset to factory settings. You can do firmware updates on this camera, and there's your open source licenses. Now about the updates, I do get automatic updates on this camera. So there are going to be, I think there's one setting, actually, there's one record setting on this camera, and that's a video quality setting. And that just allows you to change your video quality. I was able to do that. You can change it from EP, XP, and UXP, and UXP is the highest quality. And I believe that's what it's set to right now, but since this camera's gotten a few updates, I'm no longer able to select. I can't select the video quality setting that's been removed from the recorder settings for some reason. So my camera doesn't have it, but it's if you got this thing and you have it at version 1.0, then you probably have that setting on there. Just saying, that's a little missing setting I have. Next up, we're at connection settings. So you can choose to display it on TV if you wanted to. Your video output, you can either change it to 4:3 or 16:9. Your HDMI output, you can have an auto or 480p. And your HDMI control, I guess if you have HDMI on, I don't know, what HDMI control, I guess. I don't know what that does really, but that's if you want to have display your videos in HDMI with an HDMI cable. And then, now, down to the juicy stuff, now we got record settings. This is quite a bit. Ow. Kind of sitting here for a while. Alright, let's start with the touch AEAF thing. So I believe that this is just the tracking thing. This just allows this just lets the camera track certain things. You have face tracking and your color tracking, area select. This is just manual tracking. I tried these out before. It doesn't really do a whole lot. It's just a little square that tracks wherever you decide to select the tracking to be. So it's really all it does. So gain up. This one adjusts. This basically adjusts your whole like I don't know if it's just the screen brightness or if it's the video brightness as well, but it basically makes everything kind of like brighter, more like naturally, appear more natural in video. I guess if you have it on, it kind of everything looks kind of a little brighter. DIS. This is your I guess shake assist. So let's say you're recording a video and you're zoomed really up close, and the video appears like really shaky. You can have these selected. There's different levels about how you select it, and you can select these to make the video less shaky and more stable. So that's what that's for. And wind cut. Now wind cut I think is for the audio. I never actually tried this one out, but I believe it's for audio. So I think let's say if it's really windy and you're talking to the camera, or you're talking to a microphone. Actually, no, you can't connect it to a microphone. What am I saying? You can't connect a microphone to this thing. That's the other thing. That's one of the downsides. You cannot connect a microphone, an external microphone, to this camera, by the way. But anyways, I think this is what this is that if you're talking and it's very windy, I think it'll try to reduce as much wind noise as possible to make your audio more clear, So I believe that's what that does. We go next. Self-timer. The self-timer thing, this is basically just a 5-second timer. You can't change the amount of time. You cannot change the time amount. But yeah, it just counts down 5 seconds before it actually records. So you hit record, and then it just counts down 5 seconds before it starts recording. So there's that. Time counter recording. I don't even know what this is for. I think it just shows how long you've been recording. So, it also says the amount of time is left. 2 hours and 8 minutes left of recording time. So, I don't know. If you wanted to keep track of how long you're recording, I guess you just do that. Menu, record setting, gotta do all this again. Alright, date and time recording. This one is for if you're playing back your videos. So when you're... Alright, I'll just have it like that. When you're playing back your videos, you'll have the date and time displayed. So you can either do this one or this one. And you have the date and time displayed on your video when you're playing it back. And it's going to be on the top part of the screen. Come on. Menu. Oh my god, I have to do all the time. I have to go back here. There we go. A photo insert. This is if you want to insert a photo into your video, so you want to take a still image of something, and I think it's if you wanted to take a still image and put it into the video. I think I tried it out once. It doesn't really make much sense. I don't know why you would do that, but I guess you could. You could insert a photo. You can take a photo and have it in your video, I guess. Recording effects. You can put little effects in your recording, so just you can make your video look black and white. You can put little things, I guess effects, just video effects really. Seamless recording. This one I'm not exactly sure what this does. I've had this on and off and nothing's really changed in recording or playback for me. So this one, for me personally, I don't know what this really is for exactly. But if you look at the manual, it will say something. I did read the manual, and I think it says something with either it was record. I think with recording, or I think it's something when we're recording. I think I'm not really sure what it does because when I did this, nothing really changed. Shutter mode. You can either record in one shot or have it continue in continuous shooting. Actually, I'm gonna put in to record one shot for now. Yeah. Again, I don't really know entirely what this exactly does. You can have record in one shot, or you can have it continuously shooting multiple shots, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know what this one does. System select. This for the oh no, not that one. So for this one, so for the frame rate, so the resolution on the camera is 1080. It's a 1080, so it's full HD, and the frame rate is always 60 frames a second. So you can either choose between 60 frames interlaced and 60 frames progressive scan. So you can switch back between the two if you want. I just have it in 60 progressive scan. This is the highest quality. Next, you have your zoom. This you can change the level of zoom. You have. You can choose 40 times optical zoom. This is the optical. This is your optical zoom. This is actually like the camera zooming, itself zooming in, and then you can go all the way up to 200 digital. These are just your digital zooms. So I guess the computer is doing the enhancing, not the camera itself. But you can do it. You can zoom in up to 200 times. And I do have test footages. I have test footage of this camera zooming in. I have test footage of it going underwater, and I'll show you that in the end of the video. In the end of the video, you'll see all that footage and everything. Let me see. Zoom mic. Zoom mic, I think it's just like... I think the zoom mic is if you hear it zooming in and out, I think. I believe. I'm not really exactly sure what it does. The mic level, I think, is if you want to have like different... I think it just controls the audio. So if you want to have it a little bit quieter, I think you can go into mic level setting. And you can adjust the setting of the mic. There's like +1 and -1, and right now it's set to 0. So I think if you wanted the mic level to be a little louder, a little quieter, I think you just hit +1 and -1. I think that's what it's for. I think that's what it's for. And then finally, you have screen lock. So you can lock the screen if you wanted to. You just press that to unlock it. And there's that. And then the last thing here is you have LCD closed recording. And this is a pretty nice feature that my other camera does not have. I have another JVC camera, and this one doesn't do this one. It's an older one. Let's say you want to record, you want to make a discrete recording. You want to record kind of discreetly, or let's say without people knowing. I don't know, without people knowing, or discreetly. You can have it on, and what that does is that you can basically hit record, and then you can hit this button. You can hit the record button, and you close the screen, and it'll keep recording even after you close the screen. So you hit record first, then you close the screen, and then if you want to end the recording, you have to. If you want to end the recording, you have to pull the screen out, and then powering back on, and then you can hit stop record. That's a pretty nice feature on this camera that my other camera does not have. It's pretty cool. But that's really it for the video settings. And now we're gonna go into photo mode and look at the photo settings. And the photo settings aren't really much different, by the way. So go into menu, your setup and your connection, and these two buttons, they're basically the same. I think this one's a little bit different. No, this is just operation sound. But everything here is the exact same, except there's one extra option. Oh yeah, the self-timer, by the way. Self-timer is slightly different. You can actually choose between 2 seconds and 10 seconds for the timer for taking a photo. But other than that, you have image size. Here you can choose the size of your image. You can go all the way down to 480 to 640 by 480, which is 0.3 megapixels. That's what the M stands for, megapixels. And then you can go all the way up to 2K, which right here is 10 megapixels. So you can choose between 4 different settings of video quality if you wanted to. And then screen lock is screen lock. That's pretty much all the settings. Those are the settings of your photos. Those are your photo settings. And yeah, let's go back so I'm gonna go back in the video mode right now. And yeah, so right now we're about to go into the playback mode up next. Alright, so now we're going to go into the playback settings right here. And now we're in the playback mode for videos. you want to go back to recording mode, you just press this button here, the record button. Also, by the way, forgot to mention this, with the screen, you can flip it up, you can flip it around and stuff. This is just normal camcorder stuff. Any camcorder does this. You can just flip it up like that, or you can flip it around and view your recordings like that. So that's that. That's good. But yeah, this is your playback setting right here. You can go kind of go up. I went all the way to the beginning, but you can go forward and backwards. You can, go forward and backward to see your videos. You can also, use your finger to, slide, kind of slide, all to different videos here. And you can also select the different dates. So if I want to go to August 31st, it goes to the videos from August 31st. If I want to go to September 1st, it goes to the videos from September 1st, 2nd, so on and so forth. But yeah, let me see. This button right here, you can just switch. You can switch over to your photos here. So right now, these are all the photos that I have on my SD card. Actually no, that's the built-in memory. Never mind. I have a photo selected the built-in memory, and let me go back to video mode because see this little button right here where it says SD. That means all the videos I have are on my SD card. If I hit that button right there, come on. Oh no, that's not a button. Never mind. Hold on. This little button here. This is my built-in memory. I have nothing in my built-in memory, but that's if you want to switch over to your built-in memory and the SD card. So now I'm viewing stuff from my SD card. The delete function here. This is if you want to delete videos off of your. If you want to delete photos and videos from the SD card or your built-in memory, so you can just kind of tap, and you tap on the videos you want to delete. What the hell? Oh, I don't know what I did. Hold on. First, come on, no. But anyways, let's say you wanted to select your videos that you wanted to delete. You just select the videos you want to delete and whatnot. Now, of course, I'm not going to delete these. This is test footage I'm going to show later. But, yeah, down here you have select all. This is if you want to select everything. Release all is just to deselect all this stuff here. So if I hit release all, it just deselected everything. The set is basically you set everything you selected for deletion, and then it'll ask you to confirm if you want to delete them, and then if you say yes, it'll delete the ones that have been selected. So let me hit this right here, this video right here. If I said set, it says delete, scenes remaining, execute if I want to delete it. I can also return or quit. I'm going to hit quit, and there we go. So basically that is your entire menu thing. If I hit for your playback, you also have a little menu here, but very quick, if I hit this, I get to play back a little video. This is a little video of my cat here. And I think if you see here on the very top, you'll see a little date code. That's where the date code is. If you have that set, if you have that set to turn on, you'll see it right over there when you're playing back your footage. But yeah, you can kind of do that. You can go back into the video and stuff. No, not yet. No.
Oh, okay. You're taking care of it.
Yeah, I'm doing. Yeah. All right. So, but yeah, you can do all that. You can fast forward and everything. You can delete the video if you wanted to. Let me see. This little zoom magnifying here. This if you want to like. If you'll pause the video, if you want to, let's say, zoom in the cat's face, you can zoom into the cat's face if you wanted to. Whoa. You can zoom into that little area there. And this little video here, this little button here, you can go back to your files and everything. But yeah, but now I'm going to go to the menu here. This is your playback menu. Oh, God. I haven't really gone here that much, so, yeah, but your setup and connection settings, I think, yeah, they should be the exact same as what I just went over. So, and then this is the exact, almost the same. Yeah, the LCD, yeah, they're the same. So when you go into playback settings, display date and time. This is if you want to display your date and time in your videos or photos. So just like you just saw with the little video there, it showed the date and time. You can have that displayed. Time counter playback. I think this is with the time counter thing that I did earlier. You can have the little timer thing show in the video when you're playing it back. The little time counter thing. Slow motion speed. I believe this is if you want to play back your video in slow motion. So you have 1/2, 1/4, and 1/8 speed. So digest playback. Now I never actually did this one. I don't exactly know what this is, but there's all these different dates here. If I hit September and hit next, total is 8 minutes. Total 8 minutes. You can do 1 minute, 5 minutes, and 3 minutes. I don't exactly know what this is for, but that's the digest playback thing. And if you want to play back other file, right now it has no file selected. Not exactly sure what that does either, but it does something. But yeah, that was your playback settings. Then your setup. Oh wait, no, wait a minute. No, wait, I was supposed to go to, not other file. Okay, there we go. You hit the X button. There it is. And then, come on, focus. Now, that was the playback setting. Now we go to editing. So protect, cancel. This is if you wanted to manually go in and, let's say you wanted to select a couple of videos you wanted to protect. You can go back into videos you already recorded and you decide to protect them instead of just hitting the little D button and then hitting the record button. You know, you can go back and change things. You can go back and protect your other files. It's basically the same thing as the delete. As when you're deleting, it's the same thing as when you're deleting files, except instead of deleting it protects it from being deleted. So that's what that does. Then you edit, and then you copy. Copying is the no target scene found. Oh, I think I'm in built-in memory now. I'm in built-in memory. And that was interesting. So, why is there nothing happening? Hold on, for playback. Come on. Okay, there we go. Menu. Edit. Okay, good. Trimming. I think you can trim a video if you wanted to. Let's hit this one here. And you can trim the video. You can trim it however you want. Yes, cancel, yes. Quit, yes. There we go. So let's go to menu, edit. That was that. Seamless recording control. Combine scenes. Hello. That's my cat. Combine scenes, deleted combined scenes. Again, I'm not really sure what this is. You can combine scenes or you can delete combined scenes. Interesting. Not sure what that does. I haven't gone through any of these settings really off, I only got this camera a few days ago, so I didn't really spend any time going through most of I went through most of the settings, but not all of them, so some of them I don't know. But yeah, that was for your video settings. That was the menu for the video playback. If you go to the menu for the photo playback, I believe it's going to be the same, mostly the same thing, sort of. Except, these are kind of different. Slideshow effects, this is if you want to have it in a slideshow. If you want to see your photos in a slideshow, these are the 3 different transitions you can have. So you can have slide, blind, checkerboard, and random. That was it. Yeah, that was the only one for playback. If you want to edit, you can, once again, you can protect a photo, or you can copy a photo just like you would if you were to say, it's the same thing as the video one. Same process except with the photos. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, that was the entire, I believe, that was the entire, screen. That was the screen, the entire, review of the screen of this thing. How the screen works and everything. Right now my cat is trying to get in to my room. I'm gonna let him in a little bit. But yeah, so right now I'm going to be cutting to the footage that I recorded. I recorded some underwater footage as well as some zoom footage and everything, so you'll get to see how far the cameras really get to zoom in. You get to really see how far the camera zooms in, and you get some really good, I mean it's really good, pretty good underwater footage of the pool. So yeah, you're gonna see that right about now. That's the optical zoom limit. It's 40 times, 40x. Now we're at 75 times. That's 125. And there is 200. That's the max. That's 200 times zoom. Come on, you're not a tripod, it's shaky. There we go. It's all light in the mountains. Yeah, even it's on a tripod, and it's still shaking. Wow. Let's zoom out. There we go. That was a zoom test. There's the swimming pool over there. Over there's the pier. Come on, zoom. There's the Belmont Shore Pier. Oh, the bird there. Doing something. Hey, little guy. Look how deep I am. It's not very deep, but look at that. Alright, so one more thing, I almost forgot, is I wanted to show you guys how you can access your footage without needing any other proprietary software or any other, any extra software basically. I know the manual says that in order to access the footage, you're going to want to use some kind of software in order to do that, but you don't actually have to do that, by the way. So right now I have the SD card plugged into my laptop, and all you really got to do is just you go down here to where it says your SD here, Canon SD. You just double click on that. Then you want to go over to where it says private, and you want to go to AV, what it says AVCHD. Then you go to BDMV, and then you go down to stream, and voila, you have all your photos. or these are videos, not photos, but you have all your videos on here. And if there are any photos on the SD card, I'm pretty sure those will also show up. But these are all of your videos. So let's see, I want to click on this one. The video will play. Oh, it's just another little, I don't know, little close-up thing, little focus thing I did. Yeah, pretty cool. Oh, pretty cool little focus pull I tried. But yeah, these are all MTS files right here. They're all MTS files. So I'm not sure why they're empty. I don't know why they're that like that. Not like MP4 or MOV or WMV. They're all MTS. So yeah, that's just how the video files are. But anyways, yeah, that is literally how you access. And by the way, this is how you get there. You go private, ABCHD, BDMV, and then stream, and that's how you can access all of your videos and photos straight from the SD card. And if you want to copy your laptop, you can of course copy them from here to your laptop and everything, all your stuff here. But yeah, that's how you can do that without needing to access any other like software, like what I have or what I had for my other camcorder with a different software that I had to use. But yeah, that's how you access the your photos and videos on the camera. Alright, so that was a review of the Canon VIXIA HF-W10. Overall, I really like this camera. I love the fact that it's waterproof. Waterproof and shockproof. It's actually more than this. It's waterproof, shockproof, freeze-proof up to a certain... I don't know what the temperature for freeze-proof is, the limit, but it is freeze-proof and it's also dust-proof. So, say if you drop it in the sand, you don't have to worry about sand. You don't have to be too worried about sand getting to your camera or water getting to your camera if you drop it in the water, unless the backport's open. If you want to record it underwater, by the way, you have to have this closed. Have it open, dunk it underwater, well, it's going to be ruined, probably. So, just got to make sure that's already all the way closed. But anyways, overall, I really like this camera. This is a really nice camera. It's a higher quality one. I got this one to replace the other one I had. It was an order at JVC, a camcorder that I had. And I got this one because it was higher quality and also is waterproof, mainly because it's waterproof. So I can take it on the, I can take it to the ocean, to the beach. I can bring it to the pool, just like the underwater photo I showed you guys. So I can do a lot with this camera that I wouldn't be able to do with the other one, and I don't have to worry about, if it rains all of a sudden when I'm recording. I don't have to worry about any of that. Overall, it's a really pretty nice camera. It's a really nice camera. I really like it. And yeah, if there's anything I missed in this review, please leave it in the comments below. Anything I missed, I only had this camera for a few days, so I don't know, as you probably saw in the video during the photo playback, I haven't gone to those settings yet, so I don't know everything about this camera. So if there's anything that I missed, definitely let me know. But yeah, thanks for watching.